Happy Sunday! And Gage, the horse riding confidence coach, here with your daily confidence tip. I apologize as I start in case you hear any noise in the background today because my husband is in the house. Usually I time this for when he's got the dog out for a run, but he did that earlier today. Um, I was hosting a free sort of open office hours on Zoom earlier today and had a lovely time chatting with some people from my group and who have been following me on these lives. It's always nice to see people and talk sort of face to face, even if it's virtually. And it's the difference between doing the Zoom and doing the live, of course, is with the Zoom I'm getting feedback because I can actually see people's faces. So if you're watching this live, do type in the comments, say hello, let me know where you're from, where you're watching from, type in any questions or comments, because that's the only way I get any feedback as I'm doing this live. So today, what came up in the group was when you've had a lot of time away from riding, and with this lockdown that we're all going through around the world, some people aren't able to ride their horses for different reasons, and it might be weeks. We're already into weeks. It could be months, and if you're in a situation where maybe you haven't been able to ride all winter because of the weather, and you were hoping to have started up by now, and now it's going to be even longer before you get in the saddle. How's that going to affect you, one, for your confidence, and two, for just getting yourself and your horse back into work? So, first of all, don't expect to start right back where you left off. Um, One thing, your horse's fitness is going to be different, your fitness is going to be different, and perhaps your confidence is going to be different. It may not. We're all individuals. So just you want to really consider where you are and in those areas mentally and physically and where your horse is. And I always like to start horses back when they've had a layoff with some simple groundwork, not heavy duty, maybe 10, 15 minutes of lunging, a lot at the walk, a little bit of trot, first without their tack, then with their tack, and build that up gradually. And again, it's going to depend on your horse's level of fitness. But what we want to do is help the horse, one, get back into a routine of being worked, and two, build up their core and back muscles in order to have the strength to carry the saddle and the rider and not end up with, really sore muscles. So we start out with several days of groundwork and then add on to that, extending that by, 5 minutes maybe a day. And then at one point, when you feel your horse is ready and you're ready, spending an additional 5 minutes sitting on your horse and just walking. And I just spend a lot of time when I'm bringing a horse back at walk because it's the most important gait. It's the foundation of everything. If you have the advantage of having open areas to ride in, if you have some nice easy hills, then walking your horse up and down those hills is a great way to help with their fitness and getting the correct muscles built up. It gets you back in tune with your horse and your horse back in tune with you. No need to rush this. And then again, adding a few minutes every day, building up to doing some trot transitions, not, a long time of trot, focusing on the transitions, on steering, on bend, on suppling work, and integrating hill work if if you have even a nice little incline on your property. It doesn't have to be really steep, heavy duty work. It's going to depend on your horse's age as well, because just like us, the older they are, it might take a little bit longer for them to come back into the level of fitness you require of them. And for your mental state, what happens with some people is that they'll start to focus on the what ifs and start to go down that rabbit hole. And what I encourage you to do, in one of my lives earlier this week, and I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head which one it was, but I took you through an exercise. Hi, Loretta, you're still up. It's late over there in the UK. Um, so going through the mental exercise I took you through in an earlier live of imagining or remembering a very happy experience, so a good ride, and getting right into reliving that, seeing it in your mind in full color with sounds and sensations. Bring all your five senses into it and the good emotions and replay that over and over, because that goes a long way to building up your confidence and building up your excitement about riding again rather than your anxiety about riding again. Because really, what's the difference between excitement and anxiety is the breath and the thought. So all of the physical symptoms are pretty much the same. We can, breathe more quickly. We can have butterflies in our tummy, all those types of things when we're excited and looking forward with excited anticipation to something. We get the same physical symptoms when we're feeling anxious about something. The difference is the thought and the emotion that's connected to it. One's a positive emotion, one's a negative emotion. So when you're coming back, and you can start doing that mental work now. You can work on your fitness now without having to ride. You can, if you've got access to your horse but aren't able to ride for whatever reason, you can be doing some groundwork, basic in hand work with your horse is good fitness for you and for your horse until you're able to start back into a regular routine. And when you do get back into that regular routine, if you and your horse have had a lot of time off, it's about having a plan for rebuilding your horse's fitness as well as yours and getting back into that routine. And working on your mindset now will have you in a good place for getting back in the saddle when we get out of lockdown. I hope you found that helpful. I'm just going to watch for a bit to see if any questions or comments pop up. If you're there on the live, I see there's a few people watching. Just pop in the comments, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, type in replay in the comments so I know you've been here. And if you have any questions, pop them in and I will come back and answer those in the comments later. For now, it is Sunday evening here. It's almost time for me to go feed my horses and dog and cats before settling down with a glass of wine for the evening. So wherever you are in the world and whatever time of the day it is, I hope you had a good day, and I will be back to speak with you again tomorrow.